Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review of the limited edition Dino Charge Megazord. So this is something I mentioned in my Black Edition T-Rex Zord review, that they released this Megazord set that includes the special green and gold colored T-Rex and the two actual black and gold editions of Triceratops and Stego Zords, which would normally go with the T-Rex. I don't know why they did it. I'll probably mention it multiple times during the review. I think it's a really weird choice for how they released it. But yeah, so there's this. Before we get started with the main part, I just want to say it does come with a charger. It just is a translucent fossil version of the T-Rex charger. Nothing really exciting. Again, kind of disappointing. The black edition of the T-Rex did come with a special edition of the battery in like a black version, which I mentioned was the only one of the repaints to get one, and I talked about how, you know, it's because it's sort of rooted in something that was they actually have footage for, in a manner of speaking. I don't know if we'll use it, but the Japanese version, in addition to including a black edition of T-Rexes, also included ones for blue and pink, with like the Dayboss logo and stuff like that. But so yeah, I don't know whether we would have gotten 3 batteries with this. I doubt it, since the Dino Charge Megazord doesn't, but it still would have been cool to continue on, either with the 2 batteries for these guys or a green version of this one. I think adding colored batteries to match the repaint would have added something. I've mentioned that multiple times. But yeah, I just thought that was worth mentioning. Okay, so taking a look here, we'll just start with these 2 real quick, so we can do a little comparison, and then we'll do a final comparison at the end. So here is Tricera. It is just like the regular Tricera, same function, same mold, as just a black and gold color instead. As I've mentioned previously in the T-Rex review, or just any other platform where I've had to talk about it, I really do enjoy that color scheme repaint. Here it is really quickly next to its Japanese counterpart. As you can see, they're pretty damn similar. The only real difference being obviously the tail style, and then the way these are represented. But in terms of where the black and gold paint is only really missing a small amount. And other than that, it's basically the same design. And in fact, these are like more golden than these, at least in terms of the effects. Alright, so now here we have Stego over here as well. Yet again, same exact thing, just a black and gold reversioning. Here he is with his Japanese counterpart, which he actually has a more significant difference, being that his spikes are actually golden, which I think makes him look a little bit cooler. I think that's kind of neat. There's a little bit subtle differences there with that. But other than that, everything else is basically the same outside of a small few parts, I mean, paint-wise. But I think I just kind of prefer the gold here. I think it just really makes it stand out even more. Okay, so then we have the T-Rex here, which is the same exact mold as original recipe Rexy and Black Edition Rexy and all that fun stuff. So it does the same exact things, same mold, except this one actually has a full-on tail that is gray and not the black color that came with the Japanese counterparts. But he does the same things. You can put a battery in here, which will pop these up. He can open his mouth, you know, turn his head, he can move his little legs. And personally, I actually kind of dig this color. I think it actually works pretty well. The green and the gold, I don't know, it just kind of works for me. I kind of dig it. Like, I'm not sure why they decided to release it this way. I mean, I would have rather them done the full-on Black Gold Edition Megazord as the limited edition Megazord, and then released this guy individually alongside the Spinozord, because personally I would have bought this on its own without having the incentive of trying to complete my Black Edition Megazord. I think it's my favorite of the repaint Dino Charge Zords they've done so far. I don't know, it just works for me, and the blue eye looks really good, and there's just something about it that looks good. So personally, I would have totally bought this individually if they had done an individual release style as Topaspino and then done these together. I'm sure there's some sort of incentive by maybe trying to get you to buy this so you can complete the Black Edition. I don't know, it's just a very odd way of releasing it, and I wouldn't have done it that way. So let's go ahead and just form this into its Megazord like this real quick, and then we'll do a quick comparison of the full-on Black Edition Megazord. So, same exact process as always, just pull this out. Let's get the legs ready. Fold them down and around. Pop. There's the helmet, like usual. Pan up, pull the little head out here. Tricera just fold its legs up so they all line up in like a little line there. Pop these open. Same deal here. Pretty much, if you're following Dino Charge at all, you know this mold. You're pretty familiar with it. Oh, there we go. Okay, and pop this open, and we'll put it on the back. There you go. And then the helmet. And there you have the actual limited edition Dino Charge Megazord in Megazord mode. And I think that the black arms do work well on it. I think it kind of looks nice. I still continue to like the color scheme on it. I think it looks pretty cool. And the black arms do fit well. They obviously are going to fit in better with the other T-Rex as it all flows seamlessly into one repaint. But I think that these look pretty good on it. I think because they're both the same color on each side, it just sort of adds this symmetry to it, and it works. And something I forgot to mention is this color is very reminiscent of the color the Dino Thunder Zords took on when Mesogog had control on them. That's also from Alba Ranger from the beginning of the series. They were this sort of green gold color. I don't know if it was gold, but it was definitely green. It was very similar to this color when they weren't under their control yet. So I don't know if that's a coincidence or if they were going for that, but that was like the first thing it reminded me of. I just wanted to mention that. But so yeah, I think this looks good like this. But let's go ahead and pop these off. And we'll sort of set this aside for a second. And we will bring in, I already got him all ready. So this is the Black Edition T-Rex with his Megazord mode all ready to be started. Whoops, I literally just did this too. He's a little leany. I'll have to fix that. Alright, there we go. I had to finagle him a little bit to get him so he would stand because his legs were a little wonky. But yeah, there it is. As you can see, it all flows together really nicely. It looks a little bit better than the green one because, well, it all is supposed to fit together like that. And I really do dig this design. I like it. I'm glad to have the full thing, even though they went in a really weird way about it. Like, when we decided to do Kyryuger for this year, or 2 years, I guess, I really didn't expect us to actually get this. So I think it's neat we did. I still don't agree with how they did it. It's not like I'm outraged, but it's like, why? Why this? Very quick, here he is next to his full-on counterpart, since we kind of had like pieced comparisons last time. But here they are next to each other. Obviously, there's a scale difference, but there are some slight differences in some of the gold paint positionings, or gold plastic, I guess, like the Stego right there and then the chin right there, which I think is cooler. But they mainly retained the core essence of what Kyryugers did. They just tweaked it a little bit, which I think looks cool in some ways. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. Here we got Green Rexy in here for the group photo, the family photo. But overall, this is a weird recommendation because it's the same good quality as the Megazord, as the original Megazord. I personally do dig this color, and I think that if you like the color, this is a cool repaint, and you are able to finish up your Black Edition Megazord if you got it. But that being said, if you're not into potential non-show stuff, it's not a must-have, but I personally think it's a neat repaint and nice to complete this, but I just don't necessarily agree with the way they went about getting all these to you. But anyway, until next time, make sure you check out the Crazy Podcast at writersrangersrambles.com. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, Dawson Ryder, signing out.